Hey guys, welcome back to Sailing Sacred Seas. In our last episode we explored the stunning coastline of Mallorca and faced our first real storm. And now we're setting sail for Menorca, where we take a step back, slow down and reconnect with nature.
And I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night.
It's a shorter offshore passage today, but still a full day at sea, out on the open waves. The wind fills our sail as we make steady progress across the channel. So we have left Mallorca on the way to Menorca and we're going to cast the line out. First time we'll have had to go a little trawling fishing off the back. Let's give it a try. And we're going to have a go at this fancy looking lure here. Lure. See how it goes. And it didn't take long before we got our first bite. But unfortunately, after around 5 minutes of play, our whopper went free. So we raised the sails again and continued on. By sunset, we arrived at Cala De Amarrado, dropping anchor in a deep 15 meters of water, our home for the night. Arrival in Menorca. Quite a long sail across. And we're here just looking for a decent anchorage now. It's not the best up here on this coast, but it is the most protected for the particular weather that's coming in.
Sam lost his hat.
I lost my hat, but we managed to recover it.
Just taking behind that boat, all parallel with the last boat, and then we're gonna drop anchor and we'll be behind it. It's 20 meters, it says.
So we're anchored up in this craggy little spot just on the northwest coast of Menorca. The winds are coming across, so we're protected a bit by the land tonight. We're going to stay here tonight because it's quite swelly on the west coast, and then we might move down a little bit because it's still protected when the storm comes in, but there's a little bit more around there to do. There's a bit of land for us to get to and things because we can't get to any land around here. So the dogs have been on a little patch for a wee tonight, and it looks like it might just be us and this little French boat just behind me, if he stays for the night as well. Otherwise we'll be flying solo tonight. And what's definitely nice to know is our repair job on the Genoa. So the repairs to the edge of the sail and to the furling all seemed to work, and they went in and out nice today, so that was nice to see. So I'm a bit gutted about that fish that we lost. Felt pretty big, always does though. We had something on that second cast out of the lure, and it was hard to reel in. I couldn't reel it in, to be honest with you. It was too tough to reel in. Played with it for a good 5+ minutes and then it just seemed to go loose, so obviously lost the fish, came off, kept the lure but lost the fish, cast it back out again, but nothing the second time. So tomorrow will be the 1st of September and we can definitely see it's starting to get dark a lot earlier, the sunsets are coming earlier, so definitely means that's the last of our shorter passages. The next passage is the big one. After Menorca we'll be going to Sardinia. That's going to take us somewhere between 36 up to, I don't know, 42 hours, depending how the winds are and things. So we'll be getting quite an early night there, I imagine, and when the sun goes down. We'll see how we get on. It's going to be our first proper night passage together. I've sailed a few better night passages when I did the coast of Portugal with the guys last year, but this will be our first night passage together and just with the two of us as well. So we'll see how those watches go when the time comes. But Let's appreciate this little sunset for now. As the sun rises on our first day in Menorca, we wake to calm seas and set off along the northern coast. With the season winding down and the island being the smallest of the 3 Balearics, and with another storm on the way in the next few days, we only have time for a few stops here, so we planned in 2 safe and stunning anchorages.
I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know.
Let the dogs out.
We hop in the dinghy and head to shore, giving the dogs a chance to stretch their legs and feel the sand beneath their paws. It's one of those peaceful moments where time slows down. We're a couple of months into this new life aboard KAIA, and it's moments like these that remind us why we made the leap. The stillness, the beauty, and the sense of arrival. This is the dream we held onto for so long. That evening, the sun melts into the sea, painting the secluded bay in soft golds and purples. It's one of our favourite anchorages so far. Cala De Amarrado is pure magic. With KAIA safely protected from the winds, we settle in and embrace the slower pace. Days slip by as we swim, relax, and soak in the untouched beauty of this place. And just beyond the beach, we find peaceful trails, perfect for exploring with the dogs.
Yeah, all the plans for the steam bath.
One of the best bays we've stayed in so far, all the way from Spain, across Ibiza, Mallorca, and now Menorca. And it's one of the nicest places we found, really, where we've got somewhere nice and safe to moor the boat, and then really easy access to the shore, somewhere to put the dinghy, and then we can actually get to the land and have a decent walk around with the dogs. There's some lovely paths through the woods and these kind of sandy, dusty paths here around past the farmers' fields and things. It's very nice, it's green, it's kind of lush. Loads of animals around and things, so it's really cute. Put on the brakes! What you got?
Back to the boat.
The time on the land gives Vika the much needed connection to the earth that she seeks. Here, surrounded by the quiet presence of nature, she takes time to pray and hold ceremony in the way she's learnt on her travels in Guatemala.
Starting new paths, starting new Trecenos, sea, connecting with Nahuales, doing fire ceremony, which is so powerful and feels so brave. Just honoring this blissful energy and trying to embody it so it could stay in my heart and Sam's heart always and forever. My dear. Post-ceremonial glow today after invocation of this new Trecena of Tzi and honoring Nahuales, praying with the fire and starting this day feeling completely surrendered and connected to the oneness, to the power of life, cosmos.
As much as we'd love to stay in Cala De Amarrado forever, the weather has other plans. The Mistral storm is on its way. A strong northwesterly wind that sweeps down through the Mediterranean, building steep choppy seas and packing some serious power. So we make a move, heading east along Menorca's coast in search of better shelter. The Bay of Fornells is so well protected from all sides that we barely notice the 50-knot winds howling along the coast. And while the sea outside turns wild, inside the bay the water stays calm, and KAIA sits perfectly at anchor. Once the worst of it passes, we finally head to shore with the dogs, stretching our legs and exploring this quiet little town of Fornells. The town's best known for its seafood, particularly its famous lobster stew. But today we're settling for a simple meal by the waterfront and stocking up on supplies ahead of our next passage. So when I was 17 I had a Minute. It was my first car. It wasn't as nice as this. It was a bit of a mess because it only cost 500 UK pounds. That was a bit scruffy, but absolutely loved it. It was my little baby at the time. We continue our short hop along Menorca's northern coastline, and after the beauty of Cala De Amarrado and safety of Fornells, we set off on a long coastal passage towards Menorca's eastern tip. And as we pass out the Colom, our trailing fishing line suddenly screams to life again. Small tuna? It's a small tuna, or a snapjack. So that was our first catch, first one we've had on the line. A little tuna by the look of it. So Vika got a bit of film in there, but obviously it was a bit squeamish. So obviously we're gonna do right, and we're actually gonna eat that. Taking some fish from the ocean rather than just go in the store. It's the right way to do it, really. So we've got about half an hour left. We're just sailing to kind of the easternmost edge of Menorca, sorry. And then we're going to anchor up for the night. It's about 8 o'clock now, and in the morning we've got to go and get some fuel because it's looking to be quite lacking of wind on the crossing, so I want to make sure our fuel tanks are full just in case. So a bit later on we'll have a little go up prepping this fish, see how it goes. A little look at this view.
Is it this way?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Which way are we going?
Too much dancing, not enough steering.
I'm gonna crash into the rocks.
Working as usual.
Looking for accommodation in Glastonbury.
Oh, so where are you going to Glastonbury?
Where?
What's the plan with Glastonbury? You're leaving me, aren't you?
I'm leaving Sammy for 2 weeks, going to Ibiza and Glastonbury and London.
I'll be flying solo with the dogs for a good 2 weeks or so in Sardinia, so I don't know what my plan's going to be yet. I'm going to judge it once we get there and how the weather is and stuff. Yeah, I'll be lonely, but I've got the guys to keep me company, and I've got plenty of jobs to get on with, so I'm sure all will be good. And what are you going to be doing?
I'm gonna be doing fire ceremonies, being on retreat, connecting to my teacher, to the tribe, serving fire ceremony, serving cacao, and flying to London, meeting my friends, then meeting my community, and Glastonbury, and almost completing the priestess course. So people flying from all over the world. The course we were doing for 2.5 years. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then we'll be coming back.
And then Vika, by the time she flies back into Sardinia, we just need to look at how my visa will be, and then we might be there kind of 24 hours or so, and then we'll do the crossing to Tunisia, and that's in, as we say, about 2.5 weeks time or so. Yeah, so we're sailing along, but there's pretty much no wind. You can see the sails are starting to flap there now. Got a bit of wind before pushing us, but we dropped down to from about 4.5 knots, and we dropped down to about 1, so we put the engines on and we're motoring along. But when it's like this, I mean, it's beautiful, it's absolutely magical. The water is just tranquil, it's stunning. the sun dips down behind the horizon and darkness falls, we quickly drop anchor in a quiet sheltered cove just outside the channel to Mahón. And so let's rank it up for the night. Prep for tomorrow's passage. We've got some meals to cook and things. It's quite late, and then we'll relax for a bit. Good night.
Your working hours starting now, remember? Editing and stuff.
Nope. My working hours finish at 6 PM. That's it. I'm all done. Our time in Menorca has been short but truly unforgettable. In our next episode, we set sail on our longest passage yet. Our first overnight sail, 36 hours of non-stop sailing as we cross to Sardinia. We hope you've enjoyed this episode and join us again next week. Please like and subscribe to join us on this epic journey. See you all soon.